This may be a shocker to you, um, but somebody's got to do it, and it might as well be me. Somebody's got to tell that story, and I hope that you have a story as well that heal, so you can be healed, um, and you can go on in your life, without looking back. The truth of the matter is that this persona that you see of me is given to me from my family and from the Lord Jesus Christ, from the respective leadership and that which has been taught. Without Christ, without family being in the right position, you would probably see a rebellious little child. There's a reason behind that, and that is because um, I, I've never thought of it until now, because I'm asking myself as if I'm my own counselor that what is your purpose? What is your reason? What is going on with you that make you vent so well in the scriptures? That make you so sensitive about things in the scriptures? That make you understand how people hurt and how people are misused and things of that nature. So when I look back over my life, when I look at fault, not glory. When I look at, and I don't know if it's fault or what, it's just the way it is. You know, um, I remember my mom washing my mouth out with soap. Okay, so I was the type of person that would cuss you out in a Cincinnati second, because I didn't understand why I would cuss you out. Now that I look back over it, there have to be a reason when you have a degree in counseling and biblical studies and you counsel other people. You have to look at yourself and go, well, wait a minute now. There's got to be a reason. A child just don't curse. Maybe because his parents cursed. Maybe because the people around him cursed. Well, maybe they did curse, but that doesn't mean that because they curse, you should be a cursor. The thing is that there was something missing, and I had a problem with it. And because I didn't know how to verbally express myself, I took the short road and began venting and cursing. Um, the truth of the matter is, I think, as my heart is overwhelmed with warmth and heat, I think for me as a little child that I was upset about the fact that my mother and father were separated. First time I ever said that. 52 years old. First time I've ever even thought about that until today. And I'm leading up to something. This bear with me. Really, 10 minutes is just not a lot of time to be on this. I'm leading up to something, um, because what I think is going on with me is that because of the fact my father was absent from my life and then he died when I was around about 15, 16 years old, I think that I started seeking after the replacement of that would be leadership in my life. And in my mindset, that replacement, that replacement was perfect because it was my father. So, 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 in missing that leadership in my family, in my life, I ran to leadership. I ran to everybody else's father. I try to pick up great things from everyone else that was in leadership. And so you got to remember, when I see leadership, when I see God, I see perfectness. And so when I submit myself to that perfectness, and that perfectness is not actually perfect, crazy things begin to happen. And so what happens is, even if I am forgivable and overlook and have mercy and I'm sensitive to where they are or where they're not, what happens is that I begin to try to find things of honor. So my honor, or things that I would do of honor towards leadership, would overwhelm any thing that they are lacking. I got 2 minutes. I can't believe it. Um, One of the greatest, I don't know if it was a mistake, I know it was wrong. One of the greatest things that happened to in my life that I did that was in error, that snowballed, that maybe took 20 years from me. 20 years of would be greatness, 20 years of would be something else far greater. Um, um, I saw something that was after the man that I love as a leader. And I put myself instead of that thing attaching itself to that for honor. But when I did that, I got in a fleshly mix with it and got married to her. And for what? 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 Why did you do that? Be- Blind in my own mentality towards honoring a man that have no clue of what I have done for them, and it didn't necessarily mean. I remember them saying to me, just because a woman seek after you doesn't necessarily mean that you have to submit yourself to it. Well, that was wisdom. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So I put myself instead as a block. I blocked it because I didn't want to see the embarrassment of a man that I honored because it was like a father unto me. And so I messed around and became fleshly involved. And that is another story. How about yours?